NCAA FCS championship works. A 20-team field until next year when it expands to 24 teams. 10 teams receive automatic berths. The rest of the field chosen by a selection committee, and the top 12 teams earn a first-round bye. So let's go with the top 5 seeds. We begin with number 1, North Dakota State, the defending champs, the Bison, led by quarterback Brock Jensen, currently number 1 in the FCS Bowl. Then at number 2, Eastern Washington on the Big Sky, the Eagles, the 2010 national champs. At number 3, Montana State, Bobcats on the Big Sky, 10-1 this season, currently number 2 in the FCS Top 25. Hosting the winner of that one. And Sam Houston State taking on Cal Poly. That game is played.
Tops of the league are Super Bowl.
All right, give us a team to watch here in these FCS playoffs.
How about the whole bracket? But I'll be the matchup for them is going to be that one when they take on Georgia Southern. We know Georgia Southern likes to run the football. If they can get ahead of Georgia Southern early and make them try and throw the football and get back into it, I think Old Dominion may be up to some things because of a favorable draw.
All right, questions?
I think it's against North Dakota State. I mean, they're the number 1 seed, and the number 1 seed is supposed to get a pretty smooth ride there. Then I see at the bottom, you heard me talk about it. I think Old Dominion is going to have
in here. How about your Old Dominion Monarchs? Wow, what a day! That was exciting. Obviously, a little different than last year in terms of how ESPN feels about us, what they just said, our advancing. But let's go ahead, fellas. What's the rule we have around our facility? Where's Jared Brown? Jared, stand up. Jared, where's Jared? Stand up, Jared. What's the rule? Don't fall in love with yourself. Very good. Very good. That's why you're my vote for first team all-conference kicker. But that was exciting. Really exciting to see for 2 years in a row now to be part of the selection process. This year to actually be a seeded team. Very, very excited with where we are and what we've done, and can say this proudly to you. I know it's something we've all done collectively as a football family, and that's everybody involved, everybody who's in this room, all the 12 Monarchs everywhere that have been involved. This is a great day for Old Dominion football. And first and foremost today, we celebrate the players of Old Dominion University. They've been at this now for 105 straight days, dating back to preseason, and what a tremendous season for these young guys right here in front of me. Please join me in a round of applause for our like to, at this time, to acknowledge the coaching staff and our support staff, everybody either that you see on the front line or in the back line, that just a tremendous job. Please join me in recognizing all of our staff. And a very special shout out, particularly after what I saw last night, to Alex Trevino, who's our band director, Don Adams, our spirit squad. All year long, they've been incredible, and for them to make that trip last night, they also surprised us making the trip up to Towson. Very grateful for their support. To our president, John Broderick, who was there last night. Our athletic director, Wood Seelig. Our administration is Dr. Seelig here today? Yes. Where is he? Where is he? Are you saying that? Okay, Dr. Seelig. How about a hand? He told me we were getting a lot of love from James Madison last night. Is that right? But thank you, Dr. Seelig, in all seriousness, to our administration and staff, what they did. I don't know if everybody realizes this, but Dr. Seelig, President Broderick, when this process was going on and we had a pretty good idea we were going to be in this tournament, they stepped up in a big way and did everything they possibly could to try to ensure that we could be home as long as possible in this tournament. And it starts with the players and their performance. In fact, we were 10-1, but the fact that Dr. Seelig, President Broderick stepped up, put those bids in to be a number 4 seed. I know that can be confusing because right now we're the number 3 ranked team in the country, but the way they do the bid process and very good. The way they do the process for seeding has a lot to do with your conference, the strength of your conference, your strength of schedule, all those things. And when those committee guys get in the room and they talk about it, a lot's got to do with the fact that we've got a 20,000-seat stadium that, oh, by the way, has been sold out for 27 straight home games. Yeah! That has a lot to do with it and our leadership at Old Dominion, so thank you, Dr. Seelig. We're all very grateful for that and for what happened. I also want to be the first one for everybody in the room to officially congratulate you all on unofficially being the CAA champions. Congratulations. For all of us, for the players and the coaches and everybody who was involved with it this year, to win this league, which we did at 7-1, the other teams were 6-2 or less than that, to win the league was a major accomplishment for our players. It was a goal that we had set dating back to May 17th when our institution made the announcement we were going to move to FBS and Conference USA. We knew this was our last year in the CAA. We knew this was our last year in the FCS, and the first goal that we set was to win the league championship. And credit to Dr. Seelig, President Broderick, who for all of our athletes at Old Dominion, they said, if you win your league, you're going to be treated as champions and you're going to be rewarded that way. Our players set that goal, and I'm very, very proud of our players for accomplishing that goal and being CAA championships. Congratulations, guys. That was the first goal, as I mentioned to you. That was number 1. Number 2 was we decided we wanted to do better than we did last year in the tournament. As well as we did last year, and as proud as we were of our team for advancing to the second round, we set a goal this year that we'd like to end up, when the season's done, with all of you on January 5th in Frisco, Texas. is now the goal, and that's going to be a major challenge. And I want to speak to what just happened in the selection process. First of all, we were excited to hear our name called. That's a special moment for all of us in here. But the bracket that we're in right now, we'll play the winner of the Coastal Carolina Bethune-Cookman game. And the first thing I'll tell you about both those teams is, like us, they're champions of their league. Bethune-Cookman is the champion of the MEAC Conference, and Coastal Carolina is the champion of the Big South Conference. And as we can attest, guys, we know how hard it is to win your conference championship. So as we start to study and prepare for either team who we play, we know it's going to be a challenge when we get at home on December 1st for our opening round game. And that's all that matters to us right now. We have a rule within our program. Other than what Jared said, we don't fall in love with ourselves, number one. But number two, it's getting better as a program. And we don't feel like we're good enough right now. If we were good enough, we would have been undefeated, the number one seed. So there's a lot of work still to do for our program in terms of improving and getting better to get to that ultimate goal. So all we'll be thinking about and talking about is that game on December 1st. Because the beauty of this tournament is you win, you advance, you lose, and you go home. Everything's sudden. Everything is just like that. So that's going to be the goal of this football program, is to prepare for that opening round opponent and to take care of business on December 1st. I want to thank you all for coming today. This is truly an historical day. 2 years we've been eligible for the FCS playoffs. 2 years we've been in the playoffs. Nobody in the history of college football has ever accomplished what these guys have accomplished. We've got one more big goal, right, guys? One more big one to take care of. And last thing I'll say to you is we're not done. We're just getting started. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. We're going to stay here a little bit longer for anybody who wants to visit and talk with the players. Guys,